I heard this. It was like a combination between a shake and a knock, like somebody was at the front screen door just rattling it, which is it's mystery. That's the bottom line. I don't know what happened.
Holly mentioned that she heard a bang that night too.
I don't know. Was it? What was the consistent?
Oh, no, no. Okay.
Get a towel. Hurry.
Yo friends, yo folks, welcome back to the Yosted. Both for you and for me. I've been gone on work travel a lot lately, and thankfully, I think for the foreseeable future, the next few months, I'll be at home. No more work trips scheduled. Of course, now that I am at home, the race is on, preparing for baby Henry. Holly is officially 9 months pregnant as of yesterday. Little Henry could show up as soon as next week and be considered full term. I can't even begin to think of the things that need to get done, all the stuff that needs to get built for the arrival of baby Henry, mortaring out the edge or the side of the house where the bricks have kind of fallen apart and I need to add mortar to them, taking away the little propane pig since we don't have propane to heat our house anymore, not to mention all the stuff on the homestead, which I don't want to say I've neglected the homestead, but it's been very hard to keep up with the things I need to keep up with. Thankfully, we have Nana Jana helping to take care of things. Holly can only do so much. She's 9 months pregnant. She's limited physically, so I want to do as much as I can, in addition to working 40 to 60 hours a week. So the videos that come out over the next few weeks are going to be, I think, like a journal style. Remember Work With Me Wednesdays that I used to do? It's going to be similar to that. Very limited editing, very limited special effects, limited music. It's mostly going to just be kind of a journal style. Me showing you what the countdown is like for a baby coming on to the Yosted, to the homestead, and all the craziness that entails. So be prepared for journal style, vlog style entries over the next few weeks until baby Henry gets here. Where do I even begin? I don't know. There's tons of stuff to do, so let's go see what we've got. Real quick, to those of you who are keeping track, we had the soil scientist come out to do the septic stuff for the upcoming build of Nana Jana's barn-dominium. And she did her thing, the soil scientist did. And so you'll see these little flags in this area, right around here. There's a couple of them. There's a couple of these flags, each with a giant plug of earth pulled out that the soil scientist is using to help kind of measure the soil. I'm not sure exactly how she does it or what's involved, but I think it determines the adaptability of this soil for a future drain field for septic. So she did her thing, and she actually was very optimistic. She said things look pretty good. She did that while I was gone in my last trip, so I didn't get to witness her doing her thing. The reports from Holly and Nana Jana were very positive. Everything that they said seemed to indicate that the soil samples looked good. We have to wait, I think, a week or two for some more information to come back for some official results from those soil samples, but from what we've seen, I think everything looks good. So keep your fingers crossed. That first step in getting Nana Jana's barn-dominium built has been accomplished. We just need to wait on those results. Where is my tripod? That's how bad things are getting at the homestead. I don't even know where my tripod is. Actually, it's over there. We've started some fall crops. That's not fall crops. Those are gingers that Nana Jana is growing. She got them from the compost pile that I straightened out the other week. That I have no idea what it is. And we actually started a whole new box with fall greens. This stuff, Chijimisai, I think I'm saying it wrong, is incredible. I'm gonna have a whole dedicated video about this stuff one of these days, but we absolutely love this stuff and it's super hardy, it tastes great, and it grows easy. And also the sweet potatoes. It's fair to say that these have been an outstanding success in the garden this year. Despite the neglect that we've had over the garden, these sweet potatoes have hung on. You have to want your sweet potatoes to fail. Like, it's really hard to mess up sweet potatoes, at least in our soil and our climate. The fact that we're gonna have a baby here within a few weeks and a new structure, Nana Jana's barn dominium, within a few months is just insane to me. It's hard to describe the feeling of how blessed we are, how blessed we feel that all these things are coming together like this. We're excited, we're nervous, we're busy, but we're thankful. It just seems crazy that all of this is happening now. To those of you that watched last week's episode, you know that Nana Jana started picking up some grain from a local brewery to feed the pig. Cast-off grain that's the byproduct of the brewing process. Well, she's been able to do that 2 weeks in a row now, and the results have been really good. We've actually gone through enough to where we don't need to worry about molding. It goes quick enough. We've been keeping it in here, and it's a very fermented smell that comes up. This was, I think, some sort of banana flavored beer. I don't know. It's very potent. The pigs love it. So we've been actually supplementing their regular feed with this stuff, and it goes quick enough. We pick it up on a weekly basis. We've cut our hog feed bill in half because of this. Thanks, Nana Jana. So, you see that right there? That used to just be a big gap. There was no mortar in there before. And that led to the inside of our bedroom wall getting soaked whenever it rains. All the insulation soaked. And we had no idea about it until we removed some drywall, as discussed in a previous video. Needless to say, that was the worst problem, but there's still some little gaps here and there that I should do what I can to fill in. And so I'm gonna get the rest of my mortar tube, and complete that job right now. Fun times on the Yo vlog. Let's get at it. Before I do that though, Dad's actually helping out with yet another project. Essentially, what we are gonna be doing is adding another barn door like this over there. And so what we need to do, hi Dad.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
What we need to do is...
I didn't know you were busting out the camera, man.
Well, hey,
need a little
you're on
forewarning.
camera, yeah. Right. We're gonna be extending this frame, probably what, Dad, another 4 feet?
Yeah, I think that's, we'll give it another measure, but I think that's pretty close to what we want.
So we need to accommodate the length of this bar, this top bar, extending this to accommodate the length of that bar. And what we've decided to do, where's that? Here's the,
Oh, it's over here.
in order to find the exact width of this thing, Dad's actually glued together.
Yeah, it's just a couple of pieces of 1/4-inch plywood, birch plywood, scraps, actually. In fact, one scrap, you can see there's
Yeah,
there's
but
an
that
opening
won't affect.
Yeah, this will be on the back end.
Yeah.
So we're looking at something that's really pretty close. I mean, it's not going to be perfectly seamless,
Do you need a pen to
but
mark
you
that?
can caulk that a little bit.
There you are.
All right. So right about
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the plan is you're going to cut this to size, about 4 feet long. We're obviously going to take this stuff off the wall when we mount that door.
Yeah.
You're going to cut that to size, then you're going to prime it.
Yes.
And then paint it white.
Paint it white.
And we can check with Holly about the right color.
And
that shouldn't take too long to dry, and we may even be able to tack this up this evening. So you were standing in the kitchen the other day.
Yeah.
What happened? So you're standing in your kitchen.
Yes, it's a mystery. That's the bottom line. I don't know what happened. Mom was out and about doing something, taking care of some errands, and in the kitchen making a sandwich or something. And I heard this. It was like a combination between a shake and a knock, like somebody was at the front screen door just rattling it, which is weird,
disconcerting.
Right? So I dropped my sandwich and I walked the perimeter of the house and nothing. Everything looked fine. So it remains a mystery.
However, you will say there's a distinct odor that's around the house.
Yeah, so now we're beginning to wonder if there is a place, an opening that's big enough for critters to get into the crawl space, which I didn't know was there. But what would be making a noise like that to the house, underneath the house? I don't know if they're connected at all.
I don't know. Spooky. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll find out what the creature is.
Never a dull moment.
Hopefully this stuff hasn't hardened up. I guess we'll find out. Let's see. Limestone mortar in a tube.
Don't point it at me.
Uh-oh. I hope it's not.
It probably just has a plug at the end.
So Holly has a potential secret weapon to open up the plugged caulk gun, and it's these bamboo skewers.
Kebabs. I use these sticks for everything when I can't.
Except for kebabs.
Yeah, I rarely make kebabs, but I use them for home improvement projects. So let's see. But I'm so worried this is going to squirt all over me. And
I guess we'll find out.
Now the pressure's on because you're filming
me.
Oh,
I see something coming out already.
Well, that was already like that. Uh-oh. Man, this is hardened. Ugh.
Is it softer underneath that at least?
It's kind of satisfying. Oh, I don't want to be rubbing that. I don't know. What was the consistency?
Oh, no. Okay.
Get a towel. Hurry. Oh, I told you it would work.
Now it works.
I told you it would work.
Well done. So that's the plug right there.
That's the plug. It's like a blackhead.
Okay. I'm not going to say anything.
Don't say anything.
Thank you, Holly. Now I can go mortar.
What were you going to say?
I'm happy that you got the plug.
That's not what you were going to say.
I'm going to get to work now. We cannot get the mortar on the top of our mini split compressor. I'm just going to get...
Just do a little at a time.
A little bit like that. Put it back here. And I'm going to take this up like my artist's palette and paint in between the bricks. Stuff's very messy, so I want to have... This is a makeup brush that Holly gave me. Oh, that works beautifully.
Good, but make sure you get a nice thick coat. Is that working good?
It's working very good.
Okay.
This will get into those cracks, and it will help limit the mess. That's very, very smart thinking. Good call. Thank you, Holly.
Yep.
So long story short, this stuff exploded, but it worked. Holly's little trick got the mortar out of the tube, and it worked. Yes, it exploded, but it's flowing freely now. So we're going to close it up with saran wrap after I'm done. And next time we need to use the mortar, we'll use the same wooden stake technique that Holly used to great success. So the mortar caulk job is done for now, and I'm checking in with Dad, and this looks pretty good, but you're saying you might want to let it
Yeah, I think I might do another coat. Probably just let it dry.
dry overnight.
Overnight.
I think that's a good idea. Different subject.
Okay.
After we talked about the mystery noise,
Right.
you mentioned possible reason for that noise. You said that apparently where we live is on a fault line.
Yes, yeah. There are earthquakes in this region fairly frequently. They're usually pretty minor. Although I do remember one a few years ago where I was telling you earlier, your mom and I were sitting in our house, different house here in Knoxville, that it just sounded like a car drove into our house. It was really weird. It wasn't like a shaking, just a loud boom. And then we found out that there had been an earthquake. I don't know what that one registered at, but so I don't know. I'll go out online and check to see whether or not there are any that were reported.
Maybe there's an earthquake. This happened while I was gone, right?
Right. And a certain neighbor mentioned that. that
Holly mentioned that she heard a bang that night too on
it
the
was
house.
during the day, unless she felt it at night. I don't know.
Okay, I'll have to check, but we'll have to check on the
Timing of it all.
to see if there's been a minor earthquake in this area while I was gone.
Could be.
We'll check on it. Thanks for hanging out with all of us today. It's going to be a countdown. It's nerve-wracking. It's exciting. There's a lot to be thankful for. I think we'll be happy when the little guy, little Henry, is out into the world and in our arms. We're really looking forward to that. In the meantime, I'm going to be keeping kind of a vlog-style journal on this YouTube for the next few weeks. It won't always be fancy. It's going to just be a look at how things are going prior to the arrival of our little baby. Just a snapshot of life on a 2-generation homestead, soon to be a 3-generation homestead. My parents, Holly's mom, and little Henry, soon to join us. So until I see you guys again next time, remember, as always, slowly, slowly.